Good day, people. Good day. Good day. Hope y'all doing well. I'm doing great. So today we're diving into narcissism and parental alienation. Again, narcissism and parental alienation. And before we get into it, guys, allow me to say this, okay? I'm not an attorney in any way, shape, or form, and neither is what we're about to discuss legal advice, okay? If you're in a parental alienation situation, guys, I strongly advise that you seek the help of a legal attorney, okay? And also some mental health professionals who may be able to assist you deeper, okay? I'm only sharing my experiences, okay, as well as some tips to deal with this stuff, all right? I'm not a therapist and I'm not an attorney, all right? So please, if you're in a situation like this and you need help, by all means, seek professional legal or mental health, okay? So let's get into it, guys. Parental alienation and narcissism, all right? What is parental alienation, first of all? So parental alienation, guys, is pretty much when one parent, who's usually a narcissist, okay, weaponizes a child or children against another parent. Okay, I go there again. Parental alienation is pretty much when one parent, who is usually a bitter, toxic, narcissistic individual, weaponizes a child or children against another parent. All right. Now, parental alienation can happen within the home while the parents are still together. Okay. It doesn't just happen when the parents are separated. It can also happen within the home while the parents are still together. All right. Like I said, it's one parent brainwashing the children or the child, brainwashing them and weaponizing them against the other parent. All right. They would brainwash and program the child to the point where the child only sees their point of view. Okay. That the child develops hatred or dislike or disdain towards the other parent, okay, and only functions under the programming of the toxic narcissistic individual who is doing the alienating, okay? So like I said, usually there's the narcissist, okay, there's the toxic narcissistic parent, bitter, okay, and then there's a targeted parent, okay? Now, this targeted parent may be outside of the home. Usually, they are outside of the home. Usually, this happens a lot in divorces, okay? But also happens in situations where the couple are not married, okay? So, it's usually a narcissistic parent, bitter narcissistic parent, turning the child or the children against the other parent, okay? And most of the time, guys, the other parent has not done anything to deserve this, okay? It's a result of the narcissistic parent and their own programming and their own bitterness, they weaponize the children or the child against the other parent, all right? Now, while this may be painful for the targeted parent, while this may be painful for the targeted parent, guys, the one who suffers the most, okay, the one who suffers the most out of this is usually the child or the children involved, okay? They suffer psychological traumas, okay? They suffer a lot, all right? Because one parent, instead of being fair and sharing the child as they're supposed to, will be bitter, okay? They will become bitter, and they're so toxic that they will program the child to essentially hate the other parent. They will paint the other parent as the bad person to the child, to the point where the child or the children don't want nothing to do with the other parent, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, while the targeted parent may feel pain, the majority of the damage, guys, the most of the damage is done to the children, okay? Because they innocent, they have no idea what's going on. All they know is I'm with my mom or I'm with my dad and they provide for me, so I'm going to listen to what they say, all right? So they take their word as gold, guys, all right? They take their word as gold, and so they will listen to the programming and end up growing up with this instilled in their mindset, guys, okay? So even if the child at some point decides that what they've been programmed or what they've been taught is not true and they want to explore, guys, it's gonna be so painful, okay, and so difficult for the child to mend that relationship between them and the absent parent, okay? It's very disturbing, all right? It's a very disturbing situation, all right? And only a toxic, sick, bitter, narcissistic individual would engage in such behavior, all right? To the point where you're so focused on hurting the targeted parent that you end up hurting your own child or your own children, guys. Again, you're so focused and so determined on hurting the targeted parent that you end up hurting your own children to the maximum degree, guys. Because what would happen, these children will grow up conflicted, okay? They'll grow up conflicted. They'll be emotionally unbalanced, all right? And so it will play into their adulthood, all right? Into their relationships, all right? It will play out into that, guys, all right? And they suffer the most out of the entire situation, okay? The targeted parent, okay, they'll be able to deal with it. They're adults, right? They'll be able to cope, all right, with the help of therapy and other resources. They'll be able to cope, guys. But as a child growing up around this, as a child growing up and being programmed this way, guys, the damage the psychological damage that it does to their psyche, it's not easy to cure, guys. It's not easy to heal, okay? And like I said, even in the case where they decide that they know the truth and what they've been taught is not true, and that they want to seek the truth or they want to know the truth and attempt to mend the relationship with the targeted parent, guys, it's usually so difficult because the child has been programmed for so long, okay, to think one way, all right, or feel one way, all right? They will brainwash the child, all right? Brainwash the child to the point where they don't want nothing to do with the other parent, guys, all right? But that's not how parenting is supposed to be, okay? Because of their own personal bitterness, their own personal beef with the other parent, they'll end up weaponizing the child, guys. All right. And let me say this: only a toxic, no good, empty, narcissistic, bitter individual would ever weaponize their child. All right. Because you must not have anything worthwhile to spend your time weaponizing your child against someone else. Okay? Because if you have a life, if you have something going on for yourself, you don't have time to be brainwashing your child. Huh? Who does that? Huh? You got to be bitter, miserable, toxic, narcissistic, and just empty, hollow, because there's no reason for you to do that. All right? Children should be allowed to be children, guys. All right? They shouldn't be programmed to love one more than the other, because this is pretty much what it is. Okay? This is pretty much what it is, that one parent is so narcissistic and so entitled that they want the child to only see their side. They want the child to only know them. They want the child to only listen to them, to only love them. Okay? And make it all one-sided, selfish, as always, as narcissists are. Okay? So what happens in the long run, they end up programming the child to become narcissists as well. They program the child to become selfish as well. Okay? Because that's the programming that they've been subjected to their entire life. Okay? So parental alienation, guys, as painful as it is, guys, the one who suffers the most is the child or the children involved. All right? Again, while it may be painful on the targeted parent, the one who suffers the most is the child or the children involved. All right? Now, I said earlier, this can happen in the home while both parents are together, or it can happen when the parents are separated. All right? In the home situation, guys, the toxic narcissistic parent will try their best to hug all the time with the child. Okay? Maybe the other parent may be working, while the other parent may be a stay-at-home parent. Okay? And they'll do their best to hug up all the time with that child. And while they're doing this, during this time, what's happening is they're programming the child against the other parent. Okay? They're programming the child against the other parent. All right? Now let's look at it outside the home. Outside the home is even worse, guys. Okay? Outside the home, this is when they'll do their best to prevent the other parent from seeing the child at all. Okay? Even though you might have gone to court and you've been awarded visitation rights and whatnot, guys, but this toxic parent, this narcissistic parent, they're so bitter that they'll create situations, they'll create situations just so you won't have time with the child. Okay? They might all of a sudden come up and say, oh, they got some sports, they got practice or something. Okay? On the day that you're supposed to visit or pick them up or whatever the case, they may say, oh, they got practice. Just because they don't want to share the child with you. Okay? And guys, while you're absent, okay, while the targeted parent is absent, guys, what's taking place is the dirty programming. Okay? The toxic, dirty, bitter programming that they'll program the child to be. Okay? So parental alienation, guys, it's a sad truth. It's very sad. It's a sad situation because children don't deserve that. All right? Children should be allowed to be children. They should be allowed to love as they please. They should be entitled equally to both parents. Okay? And they should be allowed to decide where they would rather be. Okay? They shouldn't be influenced by one parent or against another. Okay? The children's decisions shouldn't be influenced by one parent. Okay? Parental alienation is pathetic, man. The people who do that, they're toxic, they're narcissists, they're bitter, they're envious, they're jealous, they're empty, they're hollow. Guys, they're the scum of the earth. I don't know what other word to use. Okay? It's so disturbing. All right? And it creates so much destruction on the child. Huh? It creates so much destruction on the child's psyche. Why? Why? So, guys, if you're in a situation like this, I feel for you. But by all means, like I said, man, seek counseling, seek therapy, guys. All right? And seek legal help as soon as you can. Don't wait. Okay? Because this thing could turn very terrible. It could turn bad very fast. Okay? Don't wait. Fight for your entitlement, guys. All right? As a parent, you are entitled to co-parenting and whatnot. Okay? You have parental rights. All right? Don't let that toxic, narcissistic individual take away your parental rights. All right? That's not okay. All right? And like I said, who stands to suffer is the child. All right? Is the child. Now, allow me to say this, guys. All right? If you're the targeted parent, you don't want to retaliate by creating the same type of situation against the alienator. Okay? You don't want to do that. All right? Focus on building a loving, caring relationship with your child instead. Okay? There's no need to badmouth the other parent. There's no need to show how their dirty secrets or their dirty tricks. There's no need for none of that, guys. All right? Focus your energy and your time on building a loving and caring relationship with your child. All right? It's a very disturbing experience, guys, and I won't wish that on my worst enemy. All right? But at the end of the day, that's what it is, guys. Parental alienation, when one parent weaponizes a child against the other parent. Okay? Again, when one parent weaponizes a child against the other parent, all right, by brainwashing them, all right. Most of the time, what they're teaching the child about the other parent is not even true. Okay? They just want to paint a bad image in the child's head. Okay? You could just imagine this. All right? They paint a bad image in the child's head against the other parent. Okay? They brainwash the child. They program them in the toxic way, guys. All right? And then the child will grow up hating or having resentment towards the targeted parent. Okay? And like I said, if at any point they decide to reconcile the situation, the relationship, guys, it's never gonna be the same. It's so hard to even do that. Okay, it's so hard to even mend that relationship once it's been damaged. Okay, so guys, let's be aware of this. All right, let's be aware of this. And if you find yourself in this situation, guys, seek help, man. Seek help as soon as you can. All right, whether it's legal help, mental health, whatever help you need, guys, seek help as soon as possible. All right, it's not easy dealing with that. Okay, so let me leave this here, guys. Until the next one, peace, love, and more life.